Hey everybody, this is Alan Fine, and we're here with, well, you know, Dondra Ritzenthaler, who's the Senior Vice President of Sales for Celebrity Cruises, and we are here on Celebrity Apex, and we're going to show you some of it and talk about sales on Insider Travel Report. There's a big crusade that we're all on, which is to tell people that sailing is the safest place on earth, but also on this ship and the ship coming. You know, we got Apex and beyond. So let's talk about the Big Crusade, and then let's bring it home and start talking about the ship itself.
Absolutely. So, you know, I love the word crusade that you're using, Alan, because we really do need to be on this crusade together, because now it is up to us. Now that pretty much all of the cruise lines are back in business. We've now got 9 out of our 15 ships back, and this beautiful ship that we're on right now, Alan. But now it's actually time for us to communicate to all of those consumers and to, you know, consumer press and to bloggers and anybody in the world who will hear us, that cruising is not only back and delivering on the promise of a new luxury experience, but it truly is one of the safest places on earth to be.
Let's just go over the reasons.
Exactly. So, you know, think about it. I was just in Las Vegas for a conference, and you didn't have to have a negative test. Nope. You didn't have to have a COVID vaccination card. Sorry about that. And on the ship, you do.
Right.
And so what that does is that really puts us in a position where everybody feels super confident, because everybody is not only vaccinated, but has that negative test. Plus, right, 100% of the crew are all vaccinated, and we have all of these amazing protocols that we have in place, you know, with the HVAC system and the way that we do the muster drill, and I could go on and on.
I don't know a hotel that has a 24/7 hospital.
Well, to be honest, we don't even need that.
No, we don't need it because nobody's getting sick, but it's there.
It's there, and all of our restaurants are open, all of the bars are open, all of the spas are open. And, you know, I've been to many hotels where so many of those things aren't opened yet. And we are so back, and when we say back, Alan, we really mean back. We are back in every way, form, or fashion, and he is going to show you. And you know what the other thing I love is? When you walk onto this ship, the team that's lined up welcoming you, right? They say you may now take off that mask, and for 7 days, you don't wear a mask. And yet it's safe, and it feels so nice. And what it feels like is the way that cruising was before this crazy 20 months have happened.
Now, for confidence sake, the crew is not only vaccinated, but they still wear a mask. It's almost like a courtesy.
Absolutely. You know, we have 100% of them vaccinated, plus they take tests all the time, and then they also do wear the mask. And we're doing that to really give that customer confidence, because they are, you know, vaccinated, and they do have tests every week, but it's still that one more level of comfort and confidence that we're giving our travel partners and our consumers, that Celebrity Cruises is not only beautiful, but safe.
Okay, so now that's cruising in general, but in specific, let's talk about Celebrity, and let's talk about the Edge moving to the Apex, moving to beyond.
So amazing, so fired up. So, you know, Edge came out, everybody loved it, and then now Apex is finally here after 582 days of being delayed because of the last crazy, 20 months or so. But I got to tell you, Alan, this ship has got so much energy, and it is so beautiful, and it really does deliver on new luxury. I mean, I can't tell you how many agents in the pre-inaugural said, Dondra, we get it now. This really is new luxury. This competes with luxury lines, but it's got so much more.
Well, it's got space and choice that the smaller ships don't have.
Space and choice is beautiful words, right? And with the retreat, you can go in the retreat and you can stay in that retreat, and that would feel very much like a small luxury ship, right? But when you want to, you can go to the martini bar, to the beautiful shops, to the spa, to shopping at Cartier and Mont Blanc and Bulgari, just to name a few.
And the big theater that these other ships don't have, with special effects that are amazing.
The The technology that the theater on Apex has is just mind blowing. It literally comes to life, and it makes the entire room come to life. And that's what I think really, really works. And I just couldn't be more pleased with our travel advisors telling us over and over and over. And you guys have, and we're so grateful how much they love the ship and how they could not believe how luxurious this ship really is.
So what are your favorite places on the ship?
Well, I got to be honest. I normally don't get to be in a sky suite or above, and so I don't normally get. I know, right? Okay. Look around; it's amazing. Yeah. But I don't normally get to experience the retreat. I always sell the retreat, but not to get to experience it. And I'll be honest, getting to go into Luminate for breakfast, lunch, and dinner. That beautiful retreat lounge that you can go into in the morning. It's quiet. You can get your coffee or your tea. And then the sun deck, those are just such beautiful spots, all a part of the retreat. But then I gotta tell you, another area that I really love is that I love that magic carpet bar. Mm-hmm. When you go into that magic carpet and you literally are like on the outside, even though you're on the inside, there's something very magical about that. So that's got to be one of my favorite spots as well. And then Raw on 5. As much as I love all of the culinary experiences, there's something about Raw on 5 that if I could, I would probably eat there every day. Travel
advisors know and love you, but we're talking to now more than 95,000. For those who don't know you and your team, why don't you tell them about yourself and what you're doing now?
Well, first of all, for those that I do know, man, do I love you guys. And we need you more than ever, right? But for those of you that are new, and it's interesting because I have met, through the pre-inaugurals and being on conferences, I've met a lot of new advisors, which is really motivating because we need that new blood. We knew all of those, new young people coming in with all of the gusto that they bring. And I guess what I would want to tell you about me personally is, how committed I am, number one, and passionate. You really can't
tell. Can you tell?
Without knowing that. But we're really committed to the travel agency community. We are really committed to making you successful because when you guys are successful, so are we. I love this brand and I love this industry so much that words don't even do that justice. And then also my team, they are visible. We always say that we want to be the easiest to do business with, the most visible, the most hungry for everybody's business. And I think that you will see that as you start in this business. Don't hesitate to reach out to any of us. We're here and we're so hungry for your business. And if you really want to know something personal about me, I have two of the most amazing young men. I can't even say young anymore because they're 21 and actually 22 and 20. And people often ask me, what's the most important thing to me? And those two boys, I love more than life. And so mommy first, and then I want to try to be the best executive that I could possibly be. So that's me.
Let's talk about, are there any strategies? The strategies have changed as we've come through the pandemic. What should travel advisors be thinking about now?
So, I would say three things, right? The world is now different. And let's just face it, right? But it is time to look in the windshield and not the rearview mirror. We're done with this. It's behind us, right? But I think now you not only have to be very knowledgeable about selling cruises, selling celebrity cruises, knowing what we deliver and, what our promise is, but you got to add a second thing now. And that's instilling comfort and confidence in that consumer because we have to make sure they know it's the safest place on earth, that they know if they're going to have a negative PCR test or antigen test before they get on, if they're going to have to wear a mask or not. And I'm so thrilled that on Celebrity, we don't have to wear a mask. But, that knowledge, not only about the product, but also about the protocol. So that's one, right? Number two is instill confidence, right? That if you're still not sure, we've got Cruise with Confidence. We've got the COVID assistance program that, if you get COVID, God forbid, 2 weeks before, we'll refund your money. If you get it at the pier when you're about to get on, we'll refund your money. And so those types of things are also very important. But along with that, Alan, is that you can't lose the fact that it's still about delivering on a wonderful vacation or holiday for people who so much deserve it, right? Then the third one is we cannot sell from our own wallet. We cannot. We have to know that people have been waiting for 2 years. They have saved their money because they couldn't go anywhere.
There's pent-up demand and pent-up money.
Both, right?
Yes.
So what we're seeing is, and you got to have courage. You got to be brave to do this, right? What we're seeing is people are not only booking 2 and 3 cabin categories higher than they cruised before, which this is not my opinion. This is statistically proven. But they're also doing what used to be their bucket list trip. It's actually now their to-do trip, and they're doing it. Right. And they're also going in suites, spending more money, and they have never been happier. And so understand that you got to sail from the retreat down instead of from the inside up, because they are buying up. What I want you guys to know, though, is to don't be afraid to ask for the credit card. And when you're asking for it, don't be afraid to ask for it in the retreat. That's the message. And those are the 3 really big things that I would say is hot right now to know.
And what about the Aqua Class?
Oh my God, the Aqua Class is amazing. You know, the way that our kind of our overall product works is you've got the retreat. Right. And, you know, and remember, all of the things that go to the retreat go with all of the suites, not just the high end, but Sky Suite all the way up to Iconic. But then also Aqua Class, which is so beautiful. And, you know, where it's on the place on the ship where the spa is, and all of the perks that come with that.
Its own restaurant.
I was going to say, including Blue. And there's this beautiful Aqua Spa Cafe that I love to have lunch there because it's lighter, you know, and the food's so delicious here that you got to have some time that you're eating a little bit lighter. Right. So Aqua Class is then that next one, and then Concierge Class. Then you go to a veranda, an infinite veranda. You remember that, Alan, where you push the button and it goes down, and now you've got your balcony. And at night, if you don't want your balcony, you push the button and it goes up, and now your room just got bigger.
So Apex is great, but what about beyond? What can we expect since the progression from one ship to the next? What's the next hurdle? What's the next plateau?
You know, it's really perfect that it's called Celebrity Beyond. It really is. Okay. Because we actually just took Edge and Apex and we went beyond. No pun intended. I know that y'all are going to laugh about that, but it's true. Yeah. Because we've done so many wonderful and cool things with her. You know, some of my favorite things is we took the Martini Bar that's right in the heart of the Grand Plaza, and we moved it to the middle so that energy goes all the way around, right? And that is really like the heartbeat of the ship. But then the craft social that we started here on Apex has been so popular that we're actually making it bigger for Beyond. Because when, I don't know if you saw it, but on Sunday, when all the NFL games were going on, it was totally packed and the energy was incredible. And then Nate Burkus, who has designed the Sunset Bar in the back of the ship. Oh my word, Alan. It's not only, it's significantly bigger. But in 2 stories, I love that you know this. It's 2 stories, but it's just also the way that he designed it is just spectacular. And then the rooftop garden, while we modified it from Edge to Apex, we really changed it. And we had this cantilever pool area and chairs and tables that you could literally have a nice, beautiful cocktail reception there. And that's just to name a few. Daniel Ballou is now our first restaurant at sea for him ever, right. Which is cool because that shows the commitment and the partnership with us. And that's just to name a few. Oh, and then last but not least, the retreat is now 2 levels. And it's just beautiful. So Beyond starts April of 2022. And we've been selling her for quite some time. And she is doing amazing from a sales perspective, and we can't wait to see.
Did I learn this from you, or someone here in this voyage was saying that the differences between the ships and how it progresses? So the lag time between Edge and Apex, you made some changes, but they were close together. But Beyond got the benefit of more time.
Yeah, that's all. You know, that's always the way it is, because when you get your first ship out, your second ship is really far down the road, right? But your third ship isn't as far because you're still working on that second ship, right? So that's why Edge is so gorgeous, and Apex is really very similar with some changes that we've talked about. But that's why Beyond is actually taking it beyond. So we're fired up about it. Can't wait.
What about agent programs and promotions and things to get them incentivized?
Well, to be honest with you, Alan, we knew that this was a tough time for all of us. And I am so proud to work for Royal Caribbean Group because we have done so many things to really partner authentically with our travel advisors. Everything from RCL Cares, RCL Cares 2, the instant booking bonus, where literally as soon as you make a booking with a deposit on it, you not only get incremental commission, but you get it right then. And that puts money in our travel advisors' pockets, and they needed that, right? But another thing that we did was we launched this amazing brand campaign called Journey Safe, Journey Wonderful, which I love that, right? We were very strategic in saying Journey Safe because people want to know that. But man, we have multi-million-dollar campaign in there, and the commercial, I so love it because it's got heart. It's not only beautiful, it's got diversity and inclusion, and it's got that beautiful song in it that everybody, when you hear the song, your heart opens. And we put a lot of money in that. And then, because we still know people are needing to be educated that we're back and how safe it is and how much we deliver on our promise, we actually started doing promotions where we would do a 20% off or buy one and get the second one 50% off, and savings, and then air credits. And so we're doing those things to really then speak to the consumer. Because what we thought was, the advertising campaign is for the consumer, and now these offers are for the consumer. What we're doing for our travel partners is to be authentic and help them in this journey. And then doing what we promised we would do on delivering on the new luxury promise at Celebrity Cruises. And we think that's a trifecta.
And so for those who are already working with you, they know. But for those who want to begin to find out about all this, where do they go?
Well, first and foremost, we have the best sales force in the industry. And I say that with all the love and humbleness, but I really do think they're the best of the best. But your sales managers, the folks on the phone and trade support, Keith Lane, myself, Jennifer Suarez, all the national account managers, we are all so here for y'all. And we're so hungry to talk to you. Most of you know where to go, but man, if you don't, that's where to go. Also, the celebrity commitment, just for knowledge, thecelebritycommitment.com, Alan, has everything that anybody would ever want to know. Tools, marketing campaigns that they can put their logos on, what's the latest and greatest with the CDC. It's a one-stop shop that our travel advisors absolutely love, called The Celebrity Commitment.
You are known for your attitude. It's a very positive attitude, and you like to share it almost with anyone who listens. But but it's important because it can change your life. It can change your sales. Let's give a little taste to the travel advisors watching.
Yeah. Well, I have my whole life, I have been a believer that attitude is everything, and that either cripples you or it makes you special. It either means that you're either in the way or you're on the way. And that sounds a little bit corny and cliche-ish, but to be honest with you, I really believe it. And I believe that, there's a power in attitude, and how you have to control your own life and adjust your attitude and get away from negativity. And more than ever now, a positive attitude is what we need, because it has been a tough journey. Nobody's denying that. But man, if you listen to your leadership teams in all of these, big national accounts, small agencies, whether you're an IC, whether you're an independent, whether you're a home-based or host, it doesn't matter. Listen to the guidance, listen to the tools that they give you, and combine that with the most incredible positive attitude and outlook. And I think if you do that, the future is so bright that we won't be able to stand it, because it's pent-up demand. It's coming. We got to capture it. And right now we have to have that positive attitude that shows the world that travel advisors are strong, and that cruise lines are strong, and that Celebrity Cruises is back, and we're going to crush it in 2022.
Thank you for talking to us.
And thanks, everybody.
And this is Alan Fine for Insider Travel Report.